Today we're going to talk about the philosopher Alfie Kohn. Alfie Kohn is a constructivist philosopher who was greatly influenced by other great philosophers at the time, including Brunner, Piaget, and Vygotsky. He believes that learners construct their own knowledge from the experiences that they have, and that's what makes learning so personal because not everybody has the same experiences. So the teacher's job for a constructivist classroom is to really be the facilitator of knowledge instead of the person who's directly communicating the knowledge to the learner. So Alfie is a very controversial individual, and he has some really interesting beliefs that he publicly shares and is outspoken about, including the fact that homework is unneeded and doesn't provide any benefits to students. Another one of his ideas is that you should not give students grades because it removes the intrinsic value to students to perform well. Another one is never telling a child good job because you're telling the child how they feel instead of letting the child feel the joy of doing something. Another one is that standardized testing is not good for the students and it's only beneficial for the schools that score high repeatedly and the testing companies. The students that have the low test scores and the low socioeconomic standing are never going to benefit from high stakes testing. And then if we continue to try to raise the standards for students, then they're never going to feel successful. They are not going to benefit from this. It's just stressing out everyone, and nothing good is going to come by trying to continually raise the bar. Many people, like I said, he's very outspoken about these things, and many people attack him for his ideas. So this one guy named Michael Petrelli said that Kohn is half crazy and half true, and that is what makes him so effective and so maddening at the same time, because his ideas are very attention grabbing and it really grabs the ideas that a lot of educators are feeling and then hones in on that to get them to believe what Petrelli thinks is so maddening. I believe that the Bible would align pretty closely with what Kohn believes. Besides the lack of praise, God says that he wants us to constantly sing praises to him. So I don't think that God would align with that value, but all the other values, state testing, that doesn't, lift people up. I don't think that that is something that Jesus would agree with. Homework, that's taking time away that students could be in the Word, spending time with their family at church. So I think that the Bible would align with everything besides his lack of praise. Myself as well, I agree. I think that Kohn is really good, and in a perfect world, I would love to have a constructivist classroom. However, in actual reality, that's not something that I can actually do in this district I'm currently teaching in, unfortunately. And so I think nationally, his ideas are so out there that people aren't going to fully embrace all of the ideas. So he would have a hard time getting national traction for this to apply in every single classroom. Like I said, I really like everything that he has to say besides the praise, telling a kid good job thing. But yeah, everything else seemed pretty good to me. Thank you so much for joining me on this presentation today about the philosopher Alfie Kohn.